So you're basically saying there won't be a middle class, and if there isn't going to be one, you may as well be on the rich end.
That's correct.
Of society.
That's correct. Absolutely. And what most financial books say to you is live below your means. You know, don't have a cappuccino.
If you have the opportunity, one of the lessons in the book is go back to school.
Yes, but also I learned finance on the streets where he learned it at Wharton.
Right.
So it's still possible to learn.
Is it always about being rich or doing something in this world that doesn't just bring us money, but doing something to give back or making an impact somehow, whether it's a building project or a corporation or something of that sort?
Well, hopefully, but that's why we wrote this book together. We don't really need the money, but we are concerned about the economics of our country.
Explain for us, Robert, how there is no middle class anymore. What do you mean by that, and what quantifies and qualifies somebody as being in the middle class?
Well, there's many reasons for that, but the middle class is not getting ahead. The rich are increasing, but the tax laws are written against the middle class. So we just got together. We said we can't change the tax laws right now, but we can change people. So we'd rather teach you how we got rich so that other people can move up rather than move down.
Mr. Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki. I am honored that you're with me.
So somebody just starting out, this whole craze about using your own realtor, going to Staples and finding these kits online and somehow saving yourself some money, you could lose money in the end?
Well, you could, but if you did that, I would still recommend you get a real estate attorney to check over the transaction. You could probably save a few dollars that way. But it is a legal transaction, and you got to be very careful, because if it's your primary residence, you don't want to be evicted in the middle of the night.
We're back. Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki define rich.
Well, look, rich is a state of mind more than anything else. If you feel you're rich, and if you're happy, and if you have a wonderful family, you're rich. And this doesn't just have to do with money.
Define it financially.
Forbes defines it as $1 million a year in passive income, whether you work or not. That's a specific definition of it.
Sometimes it's daunting to say, I have a credit card with fill in the blank, $10,000 on it, and it has a 30% rate. So that's got to be the first one I tackle. When I have one with $800 on it at a 5% rate, maybe I just pay that first so I can feel that sense of achievement and progress.
I agree with David. You know, interest rates are important, but the way my wife and I did it was we had like 15 line items we had to go through. We took the first one we could pay off the fastest. We hung it on our refrigerator, and when we paid that thing off, we drew a line through it. And we kept drawing lines through it. So I didn't go after the interest rate, which is good to do. I went after which one can I attack first, and I do mean attack.
Robert, where is all of this going? It seems that it is high political season to sort of target the rich, make them look bad. You're saying that we should be pursuing becoming rich ourselves and not bashing those who already are. Do I have that right?
That's my example. If you think the government's here to help you, I think you're badly mistaken. And I think there's no difference between a Democrat or a Republican. They both come from the same bolt of cloth. You look at John Kerry and George Bush. They went to the same school, belonged to the same societies. And they, as you and I know, it's the political action committees that determine which way the votes go. So I really feel for the poor and the middle class simply because they have no representation in Congress. In the world of business, it's another thing my rich dad pointed out to me. In the world of business, there are 4 types of people. And E stands for employee, S stands for small business or specialist, B stands for big business like Bill Gates, and I stands for investor. Our school systems do a pretty good job of educating us for here. So my poor dad always said to me, son, you go to school so you can get a job. So that's an employee's mentality. Good benefits, you know, 401k, retirement plan, blah, blah, blah. My mother, on the other hand, and I used to argue with my dad, I don't really want a job. And my mother would say, you know, don't argue with your dad. You know, so I don't want a job. I want to be independent. She says, why? I said, Mom, I want to be rich.